And don't come over here with the 4A South. Ain't talking to no 4A. When I said the girl's boring, mate. You make sure you look so bad. The baby hair that you guys do does not look good. What are you gonna do? Work in retail for the rest of your life?
I find that really annoying. Yes, I am naked.
So hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk about the experiences and perspectives of Black introverts. And in this video I'm going to talk to you about the struggles that we Black women face as being introverts, with stereotypes, dealing with other people's perceptions of us and just generally being misunderstood. Okay, let's go. People want you to think out loud. They want you to share your thoughts out loud. Like an extrovert who just thinks out loud and shares everything that comes to their mind. I cannot believe the lack of filter these people have. They have no filter. There's no processing. We process before we speak. They just say whatever they want to say. We're not like that. Think of it like this. If this was like a movie or a sitcom, we, Black introverts, are the character that doesn't talk. We have little to no dialogue. So other characters in the space are having a hard time understanding and figuring out who you are, because the words you speak reveal who you are and what you believe. So they can't put a label on you because you're not giving them enough information to judge you. So this causes offense. Think out loud. Share your thoughts and opinions so I can know that you're not a threat, because your silence is a threat to me because I don't know what you're thinking. Are you thinking about me? It's rooted in a lot of insecurity as well. I'm not part of the other person, especially if they're an extrovert. It's amazing how silence in certain people can be interpreted in such a negative way and can cause such offense. And when you're just being yourself, it's like you're not good enough. You have to exert yourself and talk more than you need to, which you end up drained at the end of the day to show a certain image, or you're silent and it's just not good enough. When you're quiet and you're a Black woman, people think that you're in a bad mood. So you can enter a room, be the quiet one, and people think that you're in a bad mood. It can't just be that you're a quiet person, you're a meek person, or you're trying to see what's going on before you talk, or you're more of an observer. You're in a bad mood. Well, people will wait for you to welcome them and show them warmth first. People will also assume that you don't like them. And then people won't be nice to you because they think that you don't like them. But it's the bad mood thing, and people just assume that you're in a bad mood. So when you're around Black people, they think that you're just a bougie Black person. So they think that you're stuck up and that you're too good to talk. It doesn't register to them that you can be shy and meek and mild. That's not really a part, in people's mind, that's not a part of the Black personality, the Black identities. They just think that you're stuck up and they won't like you. Like, it always comes back to people just not liking you because you're not behaving how they expect you to behave. They think you're the bougie Black girl. So your silence is interpreted as you're too good to be in that space, or you're too good to be around them. Can't wait. There's also a version with white people. White people will think that you're just being very mean and hostile. They have that issue with everybody anyway, always interpreting our behaviour as being threatening and hostile. But your silence, in their book as well, they do a similar thing to where your silence is hostility. Like, you're the mean Black girl, you're the rude Black girl. And it gets worse. They will go and tell everybody else how rude you are. Just in a split second of you entering that room and having been the quiet Black one, you are now the rude Black girl in white spaces every time. When you're a Black woman, you're expected to be the life of the room, the centre of the room, the party of the room, the joy. You know, like Keke Palmer, that kind of personality, like that sister girl thing. You're supposed to entertain everybody. People, honestly, you're supposed to be attention seeking, want attention on you, want eyes on you, and some kind of performer. So you're there to entertain. So people aren't aware they have this in their head. So when they meet you and you don't play into that role, it's like offense. People will think you're weak and try to dominate you. Yeah. So you will attract a lot of narcissists. People will mistake your silence for being passive and they think that you can't defend yourself. They think that you are a pushover and that you can't speak up for yourself. Actually, I experienced this actually when I was at a recent job. I actually had to leave that job, and she was a narcissist, and I had to leave the office. So people think that you're nice and only nice, that there's nothing else to your personality. You are a people pleaser, you are a pushover. So get this, when they need something, a favor that no one else would do, no one else would do, because it's almost disrespectful to even ask. They will ask you. They will ask you. And remember, they could have not spoken to you the whole time that you were there. But when they need something, they know how to find you, because they think, oh, that girl, that weak girl, I can go over her and ask and she'll do it because she won't say no. This is how bad it is. A quiet demeanor in black women is not recognized. It's not recognized as black behavior. Is when you finally speak up for yourself, people get shocked, or when you show some kind of negative emotion or strong emotion, because they're so used to you being quite mild. So everyone else can express themselves in so many different ways all day, but when you do it, it's almost like out of character. Oh, did you see when Shakura did this? Did you see when she said that? It becomes talk of the town, because it's like they don't expect you to have emotions or strong emotions or negative emotions. You're supposed to be this blank kind of this blank slate that has no voice and no strong emotion. You understand? It's just so annoying, guys. Like, for example, like, I'll call somebody out straight, I'll tell them about themselves, and then everyone gets shocked because they weren't expecting me to behave like that. They thought that I was going to be a pushover. And it's like, no, people can't live it down. Like, it's like people can't get over it. It'll be the talk of the whole event for the rest of the week, and it will change how people see you. It's really unfair. Like, you can't win. You come in, your natural self, you express another side of you, and it's like, whoa, where did that come from? I don't know about her anymore. Especially when you defend yourself as well, it becomes like it just bothers people, because people think they have you sussed. So when you start raising your voice or saying something very negative or defending yourself or showing a strong emotion, people get offended. People always experience you, your friends and family experience you in a way that is meek and mild. But when they see you on the opposite side doing something that's high energy and loud and passionate, they're going to be surprised. It's like, oh, I've never seen her like that. And what they should say is, I've never seen you behave like that. But they're not going to say that. They're going to say, I never knew you could do that. So for example, I remember I told my friend, I just came up from tennis, first time trying tennis classes in the summertime. And he was like, oh, I just can't imagine you doing something like that. And I was like, what do you mean you can't imagine me doing something like that? And I have to think, like, to me it was so offensive, but at the same time, I understand why you said it. The more, if you're only used to seeing someone again, the calm, this persona or demeanor, and all of a sudden they're just exerting themselves, running around, hitting the ball, it's a high energy activity. They don't associate black introverts with doing such high impact, high energy activities, because you're always in a calm state. People want you to affirm their opinions. Because you are silent, people will see you as like a sounding board. So it's like, oh, she doesn't have a voice, she doesn't have opinions, let me just say everything I feel and she's gonna go along with it, she's gonna affirm everything. I don't know why people think, okay, I understand that silence is a form of complacency in some situations. It's even a sign of many things. It's a sign of betrayal. But people will literally just drain you with stories and experiences and use you as just, especially extroverts will use you as just a sounding board. They will just go off and share their thoughts and opinions and expect you to just like be like, yeah, no. Because you spend more time listening than talking. So they think they can just talk you to death. They think that you're agreeable and will go along with everything they say, and that you don't have strong opinions. That's another one, like you don't have strong opinions, and like you're not confrontational. That's not necessarily true. People think that you don't have your own opinions and that you're too afraid to express them or challenge theirs. So they would just go on and on and on and on. And because you're just like, they think that you just they don't know you're cussing them out in your head. Like most of the people who talk to me, I'm not interested in. I know that I have to be here for 5 seconds and I'm going to go into that gate and I'm not going to see them again, but in their mind it's like you're tolerating everything that's coming at their mouth, so they think that they can just say and do whatever they want. They don't hear the cussing just going on inside the mind. People think you lack confidence. At that job I was talking about that I left, I had a mentor who was, I'd say she was a black woman and she was extroverted. Her job was to train me in sales, right? So I can do sales, but this specific type of sales I was doing, I'd never done before. So her job was to teach me. Now she kept saying to me, oh, I know you want to work on your confidence. And I'm just like, what do you mean? I want to work on my confidence? She was like, oh, you want to work on your confidence, you know, with selling? And I said, no, I want to learn how to sell. And she couldn't get that based on my demeanor, that I was not an unconfident person. She couldn't understand that I wanted to learn the skill. And I said, I never said anything about needing confidence, because that's how she sees me. She saw me as a person who lacked confidence. People literally see that, in a black woman especially, they will literally see you as lacking confidence. And I'm like, when did I say I didn't have confidence? I'm here so you can train me in sales. There was no conversation about like the confidence. That's how they see you. It's so frustrating. And even like when we were in the like meeting with all the other people in sales and with the clap, everyone was clapping. I didn't clap, and she'd be like, tried to get me to behave like her. Come on. You know, everyone was like, ooh, and I wasn't expressing myself like that because that's not how I express myself. I'm not really like a clap, I'm not a loud person. They nudge you to say, come on, act in this way. You're supposed to be clapping, you're supposed to be laughing, you're supposed to be smiling. What's wrong? So frustrating. Like, I go so far as to say, as an introvert, you cannot have an extroverted mentor. I don't care if she's the same race as you, if she's from the same tribe as you, same village as you. You cannot have an introvert, you cannot have an extroverted mentor as an introvert. It doesn't work. Yeah, we'll get more into that later, that mentorship. Weak black men want to fight you. They want to fight you and they want to dominate you. What? What? This is a joke. Like, I'm being so serious. They want to fight you. They want to destroy you. Well, you know that most black males are raised by black women. Yeah, raised by their mothers, their sisters, their aunties. They're raised in environments that are more feminine, whether they realize it or not. And sometimes I do wonder if they have this like resentment towards black women because they've been dominated and controlled by them their whole life. But we've had to lead our families and be the man, be the mother, and be the father in our families, right? And to our sons and daughters. And so we have a lot of masculine energy. We lead with a lot of masculine energy because we're playing two roles. When men, black males who grew up in an environment where they've been under a black woman, get around a woman with a milder, a meeker, a quieter demeanor, they see it as something to pounce upon, an opportunity to exert their masculinity, which is toxic masculinity. Yeah, I can finally be a man and dominate this bitch. That's a real thing. If that's you as well, if you know what I'm talking about, please can you comment and let me know what I want, because I know I can't be the only one. They get into this like mode of like, yes, finally someone I can dominate. No, because we all know real men don't fight women. Next. Lesbian women. Lesbian women stare at you. A specific type of black female introvert who is quiet will attract lesbian women, and they don't understand your energy. Your energy is mild, it's meek, it's quiet, and I believe it's because a mild, meek demeanor is a feminine demeanor, and it's not a demeanor that they're used to seeing, not only in themselves but in their other friends, and it's something that a side of themselves that they're very uncomfortable with. So either they will have this masculine energy that's very hostile to you, non-verbal though, never verbal, always non-verbal hostility, and this desire to kind of dominate you, so they go into like a toxic masculine mode as well. It's very screwed up. But and they just stare at you. It's just staring and just trying to process, understand what's in front of them. It's like you're a lamb and they're like a pack of wolves. You understand? It's frayed, but I do think it's like a denial of their feminine energy. When you're a black female introvert, you trigger that side in lesbian women. Let's get to the next one. That's too much for you. So the last one would be people assume that you don't know or like black culture. Because we black introverts tend to have different interests, we tend to express ourselves differently, dress differently. We're non-conformists and we have our own individual identity, so we're not going to necessarily carry ourselves in the same way that the larger group of black people do. People will think that you're not as black. So every comment and question, that you get from people, black or other, is literally them trying to gauge your blackness. They're trying to gauge if you like Tupac and listen to Erykah Badu. Do you even know what I'm talking about? It's like DMX was like DMX died last week. No, DMX. You know DMX. You know Lauryn Hill, X Factor. And it's like this, always trying to see if you know what they're talking about. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Because they don't think you're black. They don't think you know blackness. They think you listen to alternative music. So guys, so I hope you enjoyed my video. If you like this kind of content about black introversion, black perspective and identity, make sure you subscribe. I just want to say it's important to remember that other people's perceptions of you do not define you and should not define you, and it's important that you don't allow those people to shape your self-image and change the way you see yourself and change your behavior, because there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with black introverts. We don't need to be fixed. You understand? It's easy to fall into the trap of like trying to please people and trying to fit in and trying to conform, but don't conform. Yeah? Do not conform. When you don't conform, you're giving people permission to be themselves. You understand? You're paving the way for other people to be themselves, because we are needed in this space, not only this period, in every industry, but especially in entertainment. Like, if you like this video today, subscribe to my channel. If you want to be part of a supportive black introvert community, I want to create a space where introverts can feel seen, heard and empowered. So by joining this space, you can connect with other like-minded individuals and share your experiences. So yeah, if you like this content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later, guys. How do we know that there are more other black introverts out there? Most of them probably conform and try to fit in. Someone has to break the mold. Someone has to go against the grain. Don't conform. There's nothing wrong with us.